Many thanks for staying tuned to the program this morning and welcome back. Now let's talk about personal development. To me, personal development means a lot. What does it mean to you? It is a deliberate act. It is something you do for yourself, by yourself, and with yourself. Yes, of course, it's not a crime if you decide to involve someone else to teach you on what to do. This morning, I have a friend in the house, and together we're going to be talking about personal development. He is a life coach, and he simply goes by the name Philip Agbola, aka PA. Let's welcome PA to the studio this morning.
All
Good
right.
morning, PA.
Good morning. Thank you. Nice being with you this
Thank you
morning.
for coming to
All
our
right.
studio.
The pleasure is all mine.
Personal development,
Yeah,
a deliberate act, an
exactly.
intentional act. You have to be
Exactly.
intentional about it. Don't worry, I'm
Exactly.
not going to be talking about your topic. You are here to talk about that topic. So tell us more about it. What does it mean to have personal development and why is it important?
Okay, personal development is something that is very, very intentional, just like what you said. And when it comes to personal development, it talks about you taking charge of your life,
Mm,
being the driver
mm,
or the pilot of your life. And like I usually tell people, especially younger folks, that nobody is coming to help you. Have that at the back of your mind.
mm.
I'm saying that literally, not that someone is not going to help you in life, but take the driver's seat of your life. That if you fail, it's your fault. If you succeed, it's your
Wow.
fault. That it's not the fault of the government. It's not the fault of my parent that didn't send me to
Mm,
school. It's not the fault of my employer that is keeping me late at work and all of that. Because life is a journey, all right? And you need to chart your journey all by yourself. According to Peter Monia, one of the writers of personal branding, he say you are a company called You Incorporated.
wow.
So what you want people to perceive about you is what you put out there. And
Mhm,
as a matter of fact, if you are not intentional, people will have an assumption about you.
mm,
So either you like it or not, you are making an impression in people's life. So personal development talks about you becoming better version of yourself, you being a smarter version of yourself, and improving every day of your life. Okay, where I was 5 years ago is not where I am today.
mhm,
Where I was 10 years ago is not where I am today. And definitely where I will be in the next 10 years is not where I am today. It's not where I will be today. So personal development talks about you being intentional about your growth, all right? Not just about maybe your career, your personal life, your relational life, your social life, your spiritual life, and every aspect of your life. Be intentional and take one step after the other. This is the close of the year right now. You need to go back to the drawing board. All of the goals you set this year and all of that, have you been able to achieve that? And if you've not been able to achieve that, don't flog yourself, all right?
mhm.
You know, when you fall, you rise up again, all right? Just like the Holy Book said, if you fall 7 times, so
You
rise
rise
up
seven
7 times.
times.
Now, and somebody humorously said that uh, the reason why you fall, if you fall, you should not be on the ground, all right? So that your background will not be the reason why you're on the ground and all of that. So there are environmental factors and every other factors and all of that, but you just have to chart a course and be intentional about your life to take one step at a time. And also, mind you, don't try to be somebody else.
Mhm,
Don't try to be somebody else. Okay, like for example, while growing up and all of that, a whole lot of people said, okay, if you sleep more than 5 hours in a day, you slept a certain percentage of your life. These things are relative and all of that. One thing you need to do, be self-aware of yourself. What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? Because everybody is tailored towards something. Because the Almighty God fashioned, formed us, and filled us with everything that we need in life. The way you talk is different from the way I talk. The way you respond to things is different from the way I
mhm,
respond to things. So all you just have to do an audit of yourself. Have a sit down with yourself. Know what you're good at. Know what you need to improve on. What are your circle of influence and all of that? And who are the people, the books you need to read and all of that to chart your course on the way to where you're becoming. So every day, be a better version of yourself. That's
mm.
what personal branding is all
So,
about.
in other words, people who surround you also matter.
matters. John Masson, in one of his book, Why You Act the Way, no, Why You Ask Why, he said, in the next 5 years, where you'll be in the next 5 years will be determined by two things. Number one, the books you read, and the friends you keep, your association. So your book, the books you read, ventilate your mind and all of that. Then your association also matters a lot. So, and one of my mentors usually said that you don't get to the top, you are brought to the top. So who is in your circle? Who do you know will influence you and make you get to the next level faster than you think?
Wow, that's awesome. So let's talk about setting goals. You did mention you talked about setting goals.
Yes.
What do you need, or how do you measure your setting up your of goals? Or let me ask this way: what motivates you in setting up your goals? How do you achieve
Okay.
that?
So everybody has a dream. Everybody has what they want to become in life. For example, you want to be the best motivational speaker, you want to be the richest man in Africa, and all of that. What are the things that you need to do to become that? It's not a crime. For example, you go into the university to become a medical doctor and all that. There are rudiments, there are processes, there are daily tasks, there are goals that you need to set for yourself. You need to pass your exam, you need to have a certain grade, you need to get grounded in certain areas and all of that. So anyone who has a future, definitely everybody has a future, right? But some are intentional about their future. That's where personal development
Development
comes
comes in.
into play. So when setting goals, goals are divided into average, let's say, three types of goals. Where what we call the long-term goals, where what we call the mid-range goals, and where what we call the short-term goals. Now, for example, the long-term goals might be in the next 10 years, this is what you want to become. In the next 5 years, this is what you want to become. But that goal needs to be broken down into a mid-range goal in the sense that you want to become a medical doctor, you need to go to school. All right, you need to write your exam, you need to write jam, you need to pass your WIAC and all of that. So long-term goals, middle range goals, short-term goals. All right. And these short-term goals also need to be broken down into daily activities. What are the things that you are doing daily that will culminate into something in the long-term goals and all of that? So goals can be broken into three different forms. Long-term goal, which is a long range, 5 years and above. All right. Mid-range goal, like say 2 years, 3 years, 1 year. Then short-term goal, 6 months. Then daily tasks. What are the things you do there? So if I'm able to see what you do every day, the people you call, the books you read, where you go on the internet to solve things and all of that, your future is very predictable by your daily activities. You say you want to become a medical doctor, you want to become a richest man, but you're not understudying people, all right? You are not moving close to mentors, active and passive. Active in the sense that people you know and who knows you in return, and passive in the sense that people that don't know you, but you go to their YouTube page, you read their books and all of that. So all of these things come into play in becoming who you want to become in life.
And this is very important because if you don't choose your circle of friends,
Yes.
even if you are a focused person,
Yes.
trust me, if you don't, if you're not very strong,
Yep.
they may help you to derail.
Exactly.
So now talking about people who have derailed,
Yes.
we will be talking about that. But let's take a break. You tell us more as a life coach.
Yes.
How would you help these people to retrace back their steps?
No problem.
Well, let's take a break. And
Okay.
when we come back, get ready for me.
No hahala.
All right.
All
So,
right.
viewers, it's time to take a break, a short break, a very short break now. And when we return, my guest is still very much in the studio. Let's take a break. From that short break, before we went on the break, we were talking about personal development. And yes, I was with a life coach, Philip Agbola. He has said a lot, but I particularly asked him a question. People who have derailed, people who don't really have focus, people who allow people to lead them or direct them. They don't even know what to do. Anywhere belle face, now there they stay. Pardon my words or pardon my English, but of course I know you understand what I mean. So now, Mr. Philip, let's continue.
Yeah.
As a life coach,
Yes.
how would you or how can you help? Sorry, this one is a free consultation.
No
Borrow,
problem.
no, we're borrowing for now. How can you help people retrace their
Yeah.
steps? People who don't I personally know someone who every time you ask her, what do you want to be in future? I don't know.
Babu.
Please, Babu, exactly. So please
Okay,
tell
so
us.
so so usually I get quite a number of DMs, and what I do is that I do a one-on-one clarity session. I call it free 40-minute clarity session. Then afterwards,
You pay.
you pay and all of that. So the question I usually ask them is, "What do you want?
Hmm. Question.
What do you want? What do you want out of life? What do you want to become?" Because if you don't know where you're going, anywhere will lead there. So you need to know where you're going, what you want out of life, and what you want to become. And I get quite a number of people, okay, I don't know what I want, I don't know where. So I go back and do analysis, self-analysis tests for them. I run them through some questions. They go through some questionnaires and all of that. I try to know what are their temperaments. We have temperament, four
Yeah.
temperament, two are extrovertic, two are
Introvert.
introvertic. We have the sanguine, the melancholy, the phlegmatic, and phlegmatic, sanguine, melancholy, phlegmatic, melancholy, phlegmatic, and sanguine. All right. So those are four temperaments. So I try to understudy them. I give them quite a number of exercises to do, your likes, your dislike, and all of that. And at the end of the day, we zero down into a whole lot of things that they are likely to do. Okay. And we start from that journey.
Okay, so now as a mentor,
Yes.
have you ever had a mentee whose case was so difficult that you couldn't handle?
Yeah.
What did you
So
do about that?
everything rises and falls on the mentee.
Hmm.
The mentor can try, just like they will say that you can take a donkey
Eh,
to the
no,
river,
they cannot force
but
you
you
to make
can't force
water.
the donkey. So everything rises and falls on that person. You can do quite a number of things on them and all of that, push them, motivate them, inspire them, expose them to community, give them resource material, but everything still rests, falls and rides on them. So you must be willing to be mentored. You must be willing to chart a course for your life. Some people don't really have what I call the for life. They don't have the drive. They don't have the enthusiasm. They don't have the impetus for life and all of that. But until you see the need that you need to be successful in life, because there are different levels. You start from the level of survivor. After survivor, you move to level of relevance or significance and all of that. Dangote or whosoever person, sorry for calling name, is not in the level of survivor right now. He's not trying to survive. He's trying to create a form of relevance and significance in the world. So everyone needs to start from the survivor level to conquer what to eat, what to wear, what to drink, what to drive, and all of that self-actualization, the needs in their life before they move forward. So the person needs to have a drive. If the drive is not there, there's little or nothing you can do
Can do
about that
about it.
particular individual.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what would you now do? You give up on such a case? Or
No, you don't give up. It's a long-term project. You don't give up on people, because until the person get that spark, all you just need is that spark. And once you send that spark, you fuel it,
you
you
never met a
reignite
stubborn
it,
person
and all
like
of that. Yeah, I don't give up on people,
that's
because people
nice.
can change. All right.
Yeah.
I've seen people who, after 5 years, they came to their self realization.
Hmm.
People, after 10 years, they came to their self
Oh, that's
realization and all
long.
of that. Now, you will get to a point whereby you're frustrated. You get to a point that my life needs to be better. When your landlord keep knocking at your door that you've not paid fee, or your children keep knocking school fees, you will be dissatisfied with your level. Once you are dissatisfied with that level, that's when the real change begins. But if you are not dissatisfied here, you're just comfortable with anything that goes, comfortable with 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. But when you get to that place of dissatisfaction, that you need a change of level, that's when the real change begins. And that's where we can pump in the fire. But until that person sees that thing, he will not move to the next level.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, so now people are watching
Yes.
you. Maybe those who probably have given up on life because some people don't even have reason. They don't see any reason for living.
Mm.
What word of advice just before we go?
So I'm a dealer of hope. I sell hope. Hope is my
Hmm.
product. Hope is my
Let's
service.
buy it.
Now, when there is life, there is hope.
Mm-hmm.
Your life cannot be so hopeless that you cannot bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
You can bounce back after a fall. Maybe your heart was broken by someone, you lost a marriage, you lost business, investment, and all of that. Once you are breathing, there is hope for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Lizzie, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Honestly,
having
oh
me.
my goodness,
All right, yeah.
you just landed. In fact, if I finish this show right now, honestly, I'm cool. I'm happy. But of course, I have to continue the show.
Exactly.
Philip,
Yes,
thank
please.
you so much.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
This is a life coach, and he has said it all. Oh yes, I actually thought I could summarize, but no, I will not summarize. If you miss this interview, what should I tell them? Okay, don't worry, I'll tell you after the.
They should watch a replay.
Yes, we actually have spaces for them so that they
Yeah.
can catch up
Yeah.
with everything
Yeah.
that we've done. Once again, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
coming to our
You're
studio.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, there is hope for the hopeless. He doesn't give up on people. We don't give up on people.
Yeah.
We always believe that, yes, as long as there is life, there is hope. So please pick up your pieces from wherever you've left them. It is not too late to start afresh.